Have you ever engaged in a serious debate over which is better, Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings? Have you ever played Smash or Pass using only characters from Star Wars and Marvel movies? If you answered yes to any of these questions, we have the podcast for you. Listen to The Steam Gentlemen, the podcast where an expert panel convenes to ask the questions about pop culture and social commentary that other podcasts are afraid to ask. Listen to The Steam Gentlemen on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Ladies and gentlemen, Wrestling Fans International Association is back. That's right, the premier fan club association of the 1970s and 1980s has been revived and is back in business. Join today. It's free at thewfia.org. That's thewfia.org. You can also join us on Facebook at facebook.com/groups/WFIA 1969. Welcome back, everybody, once again to what would normally be the 1987 Supermod, but is our bonus episode of All Japan Pro Wrestling, my modern Real World Chronicles All Japan Pro Wrestling save. Now, this is part 2. We went through the first part already. We gave a pretty brief rundown of how the save was going, and now we're going to go over the roster. For those of you that know, Japan is very big on factions. I hate factions. So I don't have factions in this save, but what I do have is wrestlers will work together in groups for tours. For example, right in front of you is the latest tour I've been working on, which is the 2025 Excite Series tour. There are a ton of 6-man tags and tag matches. That's the way the modern Excite Series tour goes. So wrestlers will be paired up with other wrestlers for that tour, but the next tour, they might wrestle against each other. Remember, there are no heels and faces in All Japan Pro Wrestling. So let's take a look at our roster here. And like I said, we have a huge roster. I've brought in some really big names that I've been able to acquire, and I have quite a few people that I've acquired that I've turned into big names. One of the coolest things we did is we were able to bring back Jun Akiyama. We were also able to bring back Yuji Nagata. I initially lost Yuji Nagata and then got him to sign back. And as you know, Jun Akiyama has been out of All Japan Pro Wrestling for quite some time at this point. So bringing Akiyama back was a big deal to me. I was always a big Akiyama fan. I think it's really cool that he's still working as often as he does and as well as he does at his age. And the same goes for Yuji Nagata. You know, Yuji Nagata just lost in real life, just lost the Triple Crown heavyweight title to Ayagi. And Nagata looks great. I watched clips of the match. He looks good. He still moves. So it's cool to have them back on the roster in the game. Of course, they have a lot going against them because of their age in the game, declining physical skills, etc. But it's cool to have them. Another cool thing I did is I brought back Joe Doring. We were able to sign him to an exclusive contract. I brought back his old partner, Dylan James, who was actually a free agent in the game. He'd gotten let go. They are back tagging here in All Japan, where they should be. Joe Doring was a megastar. Obviously, we know that in real life he's battling with brain cancer when this mod was created. It wasn't the case, so he wasn't out for a while, so I was able to bring him back in. Let's take a look at some of the other wrestlers. We brought in, I think it's Keisuke, how's how it's pronounced, Okuda. I think this guy has the potential to be a real megastar in real life. I was happy to bring him in. He's in his second reign now with the World Junior Heavyweight title. He has progressed very nicely. we have been giving Nomura and Ayagi a huge push, and they're doing great. They were the World Tag Team Champions for a while. They won the Real World Tag League. And the biggest problem with All Japan is it's pretty much all freelancers, which makes things impossible for you in this game to try to set things up long term. So all these freelancers were signed to legitimate deals, exclusive deals. And the other thing I've tried to do is get a youth movement going. So I have signed and heavyweights. There's not a whole lot of heavyweights in Japan at this point, and I made an error and had the regeneration turned off for a little while. I got that fixed now in the save, so they're producing new wrestlers, but they weren't for a little while here, and that kind of hurt me. So I've been going around and signing up heavyweight wrestlers that I think have a future in this game, and that's why I have signed them. Wrestler, we'll show you what we have here. Minimum size, middleweight, and we'll take a look at our heavyweights here. And again, I am running a true junior heavyweight and heavyweight division. They do not wrestle each other. Not in the Champions Carnival, not in the Royal Road Tournament, not in the Real World Tag League, none of that. They do not commingle. And that's the way it always was in All Japan years ago, and I don't see that changing in my save anytime soon. I was proud to bring in Daichi Hashimoto, Shinya Hashimoto's son. For those of you that don't know, he's a pretty big guy. He's in good shape. He's a bulky guy, and he has done very well for himself. I also brought in one of his former tag team partners. It's driving me nuts right now, trying to remember who it is. He's the All Japan Tag Team Champion, Kamitani. I also brought in Kamitani, and these two have been lights out. I've pushed them hard. Lots of wins over veterans. Their popularity has grown. You can see here with Kamitani how his popularity has grown substantially in a year. That's by stacking up wins, everybody. Remember, we don't have promos and stuff like that here in All Japan. Just stacking up wins. I just brought in Mihara here, and Mihara is pretty much going to be used as enhancement talent. There's really no such thing as enhancement talent in Japanese wrestling, but there are wrestlers that will commonly take a fall for you. So that's the case. Kohei Saito, I'm getting ready to let him go here in the game. His contract's going to end in less than a month. I'm going to let him go. He's served his purpose for us here, but he's showing his age. His stats are not great, and it's time for him to move on. All right, Koji Doi, and Ryuki Honda, I bumped both them up to heavyweight. I was able to get them to put on size from lightweight to middleweight. They have moved up to the heavyweight division. They're just starting to cut their teeth. You can see we have a youth movement going here, everybody. We're trying to get as many people as many heavyweights as we can under 40 rocking and rolling with us here. Manabu Soya, we brought him in. He's tagging up with Sonata now, who we brought in recently. Formerly, I had Soya tagging with Uto. They had a pretty good team. Soya's a good wrestler, good hand, and it's good to have him here. I brought in the Von Erichs. This was a big signing, and they've been outstanding. Take a look at their popularity. See how their popularity has just jumped? They're in the 70s now for popularity. Terrific. They've been outstanding. Again, younger guys, good stuff for us. Kono was originally tagging with Suwama. Suwama went back to his original partner in Ishikawa. Kono has been tagging with Saito. I just re-signed Kono. We're going to keep him for a little bit longer. But like I said, Sato's going to be gone. But Kono's slipping. He doesn't really have it much like he used to. But we'll keep him around for a little bit longer. Mikey Nichols, I brought him in. He was a guy that was in Noah for a while. He was sitting there as a free agent. I signed him. I brought him in. He's done outstanding. I had Alexander Hammerstone for a while. I had him tagging with Hammerstone and Thatcher. Hammerstone left. I turned down my contract offer. I couldn't get him to re-sign. I don't think he wanted to work in Japan anymore. So Mikey Nichols has been good for us. All right. Yoshimura. Naomi Yoshimura. I renamed him Monster Yoshimura. I thought it sounded mean. Big guy, good shape, and I tagged him with the giant here, Yukio Naya. And they've been tagging together. And Naya's all right, just all right. But they do okay as a tag team. It's fun to have them. Again, a youth movement. Look at the guy's age. Saito, Ray Saito, his brother left. He's on his own, mostly doing enhancement for us. And he's a young alliance. That's what would be expected. Kawakami, I just signed him recently. He's doing very well for us. I have him tagged up with. Who do I have him tagged up with? Uto. Yeah, he's tagged up with Uto. Uto and Soya split when I brought in Sonata. So Kawakami is tagged up with Uto. Yoshihisa Uto has been with us for a little while here. And again, he's under 40. He's doing well for us. He's been a good hand. You can see his popularity has climbed and climbed and climbed. And again, another good signing. Who else do we want to take a look at here? We talked about Sonata. We talked about the signing of Nakamura. Shotaro Oshino is perhaps our biggest hit right now. The guy's on fire. Look at that popularity. 75. He's on fire. He's doing really well. Ishikawa and Suwama, of course, are two very large pros. I will keep them around as long as I can because they've both been very important influences here on All Japan in the last 10, 15 years. Ito, brought in Takanori Ito again, another young guy, another young heavyweight. He's doing well for us. I have him tagged up with, I can't remember his partner's name, so we'll double check. He's tagging with Takakura, Ryuya Takakura. Both two young guys. They're taking their lumps right now, but eventually they will level out and get some wins. Timothy Thatcher has been outstanding for us. Disappointingly, he's got a hold back because of his age, but he's doing well. And we have Harada, who we just signed. And we just partnered him up with a tag partner whose name escapes me right now. Yoshitatsu is showing his age. When his time comes, I don't think we're going to re-sign him. Aino is the guy we got tagged up with Harada. And I just signed both of them. Stole them from Big Japan. But again, a youth movement. I'm trying to gobble up as much young talent as I can. My goal in this game, believe it or not, is to put Pro Wrestling Noah out of business. That's my goal. We talked about Naya Anzai. This is a huge prospect for All Japan Pro Wrestling. This guy's the real deal. He's taking his lumps for us right now, but eventually he will come into his own. Ayagi's probably my pick to take the title off of Miyahara eventually. This guy's golden. Take a look at his 2023. He won the Real World Tag League. He won the Royal Road Tournament. And he held the World Tag Team title. So he's on fire, everybody. Junior heavyweights. We can take a look at junior heavyweights really quick, or maybe we'll do another show on them. The junior heavyweight division is just rock solid and doing very well. We've just signed some big hitters. We signed Lindemann, who's very, very good. We signed T-Hawk, who's very, very good. I brought in Coughlin and partnered up with Connors. I call them Super Force. They're outstanding. They are a great junior heavyweight tag team. A lot of the old timers are still here. Well, people that have been here for a while. Dan Tamura, Atsuki Ayagi, who's excellent. We just brought in Yoshida. Yoshida's going to be doing a lot of favors for us. Andy Wu is still here. Andy Wu and Tiger Mask 5 have actually formed a tag team. And they won the Junior Tag League. And they've done really well for themselves. Tiger Mask 5, of course, is Takumi Baba. I signed him. Got some wrestlers on here that are young guys working out their young lion gimmicks for us. Rising Hayato, of course, is tagged up with Ayagi as Next Stream. They're very good together. I signed Leona Fujinami. I like Leona Fujinami, always have. And he's doing well for us here. Kota Amida, badass, good wrestler. There's Okuda, our man. And again, we keep the junior heavyweights completely separate from the heavyweights. They do their own thing and only against each other. Someday, maybe we'll figure out a way to have a junior heavyweight tag team win the All Asian tag title again, but I just don't see that happening anytime soon, especially with the quality of heavyweight tag teams that we have. Hokuto Amore, this guy's excellent. I don't know if he's related to Takiao Amore or not, but Takiao Amore just retired the last year. We actually did a tribute show to him, retirement show to him, and then he works as one of our road agents. We signed Jinseki Tanaka. I didn't realize he had a broken neck at the time, so we're going to have to wait a while before he starts. Eagle Mask was with us. I've extended him out. He's gaining popularity, doing better as time goes on. Obviously not a star at all, but good enough for us. So Hikaru Sato's still here. He's still got it. 45 years old. Does very well for himself. Take a look at the tag teams now. I've been tagging Akiyama with Nakamura. They're pretty decent together. Of course, there's the star tag team of Ayagi and Nomura, Arashi and Ashino, the current world tag team champions. They're outstanding together. Harada and Sato. There's Dorian and James. I wish we had a better picture for Dylan James, but we don't. Doi and Honda partnered them up together in the heavyweight division. Eagle Mask and Fujinami are partnered up together for now. Wow, they've been a partner tag team for over a year. Time flies. There's the new team of Harada and Aino, Hariki and Watanabe, Ito and Takura, Kawakami and Uto, which has turned out to be a pretty good team. There's Kodama and Omori. They're good. Kono and Sato. And of course, I change these up every few months. We'll change up the tag teams if I feel they're stale and they need it. There's Lindemann and T-Hawk reunited again here in All Japan. Nagata and Yoshitatsu are tagging together. There's Naya and Yoshimura. Monster Yoshimura. What an awesome name. Very proud of myself on that one. There's the remainder of next stream, which is Hayagi and Hayato. Nichols and Thatcher. We just partnered them up not too long ago. Pretty good team. There's Okami, which is Hashimoto and Kamatani. They're excellent. Okuda and Amida are tagging. There's Soya and Sanada. Of course, they previously held the All Asia Tag Team here in All Japan. There's Superforce, continuing to gain experience. Very good team. Tamura and Sato, another very experienced team. Here are the Von Erichs, who held the All Asia Tag title for quite a while, 10 months. Good team. The only reason I took the title off of them was that Ross Von Erich got injured. At Tiger Mask and Wu, they won the Junior Tag Battle of Glory. They're a good team together, fun team. And the Violent Giants, of course, are Ishikawa and Suwama, who've won 1,000,000 titles together. All right, everybody, that's going to do it for this episode. Maybe sometime down the road, we will revisit this save, but I just wanted to show you a little bit about this save. I'm pretty proud of it. I've worked hard on it. I spent a lot of time trying to straighten All Japan out. All Japan is a mess, and things have been a success. Our popularity has continued to grow. You can see how well we've done in just a year. But again, as I said, I think right here in about September was October was when I had to change the shows back over to lesser and no longer regular events for every show. So it's hindered our growth and development. But we are right on the cusp of moving to big size. So once again, if there's those of you who are new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. Leave us a message below. Let us know you found the channel, what you think of us so far. For those of you looking for more, you can find it over on patreon.com/PowerCastNetwork. Last but not least, check us out on social media, facebook.com/groups/1987 Supermod. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We'll see you back in action with the World Wrestling Federation. Take care.